S1000XR. It's German for multi-strada. One of these weirdo bikes that looks a bit adventure-y, but it's really more like a sports tourer with a beak. I mean, look, it ships with Pirelli Supercourses. That ought to tell you how much of a dirt squirter you're looking at. You might remember me completely losing my biscuits over the terrifying S1000R. Well, this is pretty much the same bike. It's just taller, with a dorky screen, longer travel suspension, and a much more upright seating position. If the R is a bike for psychopathic speed demons, then the XR's for the older, well-appointed psychopathic speed demon who wants to stick some luggage and a secretary on the back, rip out 1500 Ks in a weekend, embarrass a few superbike posers, and make it home fresh enough to still whippersnip the driveway before dinner. But be warned, this motorbike is an absolute beast. It's the opposite of the KTM 1290 Super Duke, which kind of looks on paper like it should rip your face off, but then ends up giving you Labrador levels of licky friendliness. The XR only has 160 horsepower, but believe me, it feels like you get them all at once, right in the face. It's a very effective cure for constipation. If you can't find a way to ski yourself on this bike, you ought to go back to your home planet and tell them we're all pussies down here. Road handling is absolutely sublime. This XR came fitted with the dynamic suspension package that gives you one-touch suspension adjustment. But dynamic mode kind of does everything I need straight out of the box. It's one of those bikes you instantly feel fast and confident on. You don't even really need to hang off in the corners, but you'd sure better hang on when you twist that throttle.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
The clutch lever is a kind of a long way out from the bar, and that might be because BMW doesn't want you to use it much. The XR comes with a quick shifter that swings both ways, so once you're rolling, you really never need that left lever. When you ride up it, clutchless downshifts come with a wicked little auto blip on the throttle that adds to the sonic experience and keeps things smooth. In terms of electronics, it's got most of the good stuff. Traction control, wheelie control, multiple engine modes, lean angle sensitive ABS, it's all there and it all works great. Asking for more, that'd just be rude. But I'm a rude kind of guy, so here goes. I know BMW has access to semi-active suspension. I know this because I've tasted its goodness on the RR Superbike, and now I think they ought to stick it on everything that rolls. I'm sure it's in the pipeline. Where some bikes give you complicated menus for everything, BMW gives you buttons. Lots of buttons. Look at this left switch block. It looks like they coated it in glue and rolled it in the button barrel. It looks like it's broken out in button pox. I can't even work out what this scrolly wheel thing does. Maybe it hooks up to the GPS? Who knows? We actually counted 18 different separate things your left thumb can do, and some of them do different stuff if you hold it down longer. But once you get your head around it, it's actually a really good system, because you can do just about everything on the fly. There's two areas I'd say this bike doesn't absolutely excel in.
One of them is slow speed city riding. That's for a couple of reasons. First of all, these handlebars are high and wide, which doesn't help make this bike a great lane splitter, especially when there's lots of trucks and four-wheel drives around. But also because it takes quite a few revs to get this thing moving from a standstill, which makes really slow walking pace stuff a little bit hairy sometimes. And it's something that you get used to, but I wouldn't mind betting a few new owners are going to end up upside down underneath their bikes, trying to do tight U-turns on slanted roads, that kind of thing, because I nearly did.
The other one's a bit of a surprise. It's not great at munching miles on the highway. This bike gets the same magnificent cruise control system as the S1000R, but as soon as you sit at highway speeds, the bars start buzzing harder than the second drawer in your mum's dresser. Take the speed up to 115 and the foot pegs join in the action. It's weird because this bike is butter smooth everywhere else. Maybe you could fix it with some fancy bar ends or one of those springy damper things that you sort of feed through the bar. But out of the box, this bike will make your hands go so numb it'll feel like someone else is working your throttle. Which could be a good thing, eh? I don't know. I'm not here to judge. Still, I really like the XR. It's a wicked all-rounder. Who cares if it's not a proper adventure bike? BMW already makes the gold standard round-the-worlder for the truly dirty-minded. You know what the best thing about this bike is? It's the ultimate sleeper. Like the S1000R, it's geared and tuned to be faster than a sports bike until you're doing more than 150 k's an hour. But this upright riding position looks so dorky that no one's ever going to suspect what depths of depravity you've just been plumbing when you pull over. If a cop ever pulls you over, the XR is going to be sitting there in a respectable three-piece suit pleading not guilty on your behalf. Couldn't have been this guy, officer. This is Captain Sensible.